Jai Courtney and sharks. Remember when Hollywood was trying to make Jai Courtney happen at any cost? That was a time. So Dangerous Animals is directed by Sean Byrne, director of, well, The Loved Ones, The Devil's Candy, and Dangerous Animals. It stars Jai Courtney as a tour guide. He takes people out there. They get to go underwater and look at sharks, while they're in the cage. He really loves his sharks. He's also a serial killer who captures women and likes feeding people to sharks. We follow one such captive as she tries to escape the situation. And I gotta tip my hat to Jai Courtney in this one. Like I said before, there was a time, somewhere in the 2010s, the early to mid 2010s, Hollywood was like, we are going to make Jai Courtney happen. By any means necessary. He's going to be our backup Sam Worthington. To be fair, after seeing his standout performance in the critically acclaimed Suicide Squad, the pattern was clear. When Jai Courtney, who's an Aussie himself, plays an Aussie, he's actually not bad. When he plays an American, we call him Satara. Because he is absolute driftwood. Happy to say he plays an Aussie in this movie. And yeah, he's actually quite good. I mean, the cast generally is good. It's a small cast. We're dealing with a cast of 4 people or so. Hassie Harrison plays our lead girl trying to get out of this situation while she's trapped on his boat. Our lead is, well, she's the tough girl. And the movie goes out of its way to tell you that. To be fair, there are a couple of real moments where she lets her guard down emotionally with this guy she starts to like. And there was something very real about the interaction that I liked. There's a scene where he's like, hey, can I join you? And she types out, I'd like that. And then he erases it and then says something else that's much more standoffish. And I was like, nothing is more real than that. But the standout in the movie was absolutely Jai Courtney. Wasn't on my bingo card to say that ever. But he was great in the film because there's an assignment and he understands the assignment. Be a creepy as fuck serial killer who comes across likable at first, but the audience is just screaming at the characters to run the other way. Then the mask comes off and the characters know who they're dealing with. And just own it. He owns it. He was great. He was fun to watch. You're always rooting for the girl to get out of there, of course. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that, but apparently I do. There are people who are like, oh, why do people like Homelander so much? They don't like Homelander the person. They like a good actor crushing it in a villainous role. No one's looking up to Homelander. That sounds like some bullshit spin. We just love it when an actor has so much fun playing an asshole. But we still recognize that's who and what he is. Jai Courtney. He was great. Another thing, it's coming in this movie. This is gonna be the kind of psychopath who's going to school the audience, give us lessons about sharks in the form of monologue. The thing about the bull shark, and he just goes on for a paragraph. I knew I was going to learn more about marine life in this movie than I ever did in school. Also, the gore that you might be looking for from someone who feeds people to sharks. Because it's not a shark movie. It's a serial killer movie who just happens to use sharks. Also, the movie clearly illustrates you should never trust people that dogs don't like. I don't trust people that don't like dogs. I don't trust people that dogs don't like. That's just my rule of life. This movie does have a bit of a rinse and repeat formula, because I guess there's only so much you can do with a girl who's tied up on a boat from a serial killer who lives on his boat out there in the ocean. You can absolutely do more with that if you're trying to elevate the genre or something, but this movie's not trying to do that. So I feel like the same movie happens 2 or 3 times. This movie's the king. The absolute king at close, but not quite every time. This girl's about to get the upper hand. Close, but not quite. And it's entertaining, but at a point it starts to get old. There is some dumb decision making. A couple times. Movie could have ended far sooner than it did. There's a scene where she smacks him in the head with a pan and then drops the pan and just runs. I was like, no, that's a cast iron pan. You grab that thing, you just start clubbing away until the only movement you see is the feet thing from The Rock. Not the person, the movie. Or you can have this movie be 20 minutes longer than it is, sure. The movie's actually not that long, to be fair. It's about an hour and a half long. I still feel that's a little longer than the movie needed to be, because when it's doing this rinse and repeat formula and she can only try to escape so many times then get re-caught and put back in her cell, it starts to feel repetitive, it starts to feel drawn out, and you leave with that feeling of, this movie probably could have been 10 minutes shorter. But if it was 10 minutes shorter, the movie'd be an hour 20 minutes long, and so some give and take there. But in the end, that's pretty much what the movie is. That's what you're in for. And if that's what you're looking for, you'll have a good time. It has the thrills when you want them, some solid tension. And yes, there are sharks, so you do have some solid gore in here. If you're a gore hound looking to add one to your gore portfolio, your gorefolio? Is that a word? It is now. This is not a bad pick. I had myself a fun time with this one. No alcohol required. I mean, this movie's coming out around the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Coincidence? Probably not. All right, so Dangerous Animals. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? What's your favorite serial killer or animal thriller movie? It's a bit convoluted. It's a bit niche. Anyhow, I'm tired. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.